Okay, all right, we are live. Thank you so much, MarketStar, for joining us today. We're so happy to have you here. We, of course, want to hear all about what jobs you're hiring for, why diversity matters, which is, of course, the whole purpose of this, and then just hear overall about your culture and your company. Just really excited to hear from you guys. We have Shay here, and we have Devin with us. And if you guys are joining in and watching, make sure you let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear what city you're coming from, maybe what position you're interested in. And then, of course, on the network button, you can always connect with Devin. I'm not sure if Shay you're on there, but if Shay's on there, either one, you can connect with them. And reach out to them if you just want to chat, if you want to connect with them. So it's on their network. But I'll let you guys kick it off and have a great session. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. So I'll introduce myself really quick. I'm Devin Jennings. I'm on the marketing team over here at MarketStar. I've been here almost 2 years, and it has been a really great experience for me so far. I definitely was excited to share in this Hispanic Heritage Career Fair. After high school, I moved to Nicaragua for 2 years and lived there while I learned Spanish and met a lot of really great people and was able to do some job coaching while I was over there. So I really appreciate this opportunity. But I'm going to turn the time over to Shay, who is one of our recruiters, and she'll take you through MarketStar.
Hi there, I'm Shay Trappett. I work in talent acquisition here at MarketStar. I have been with MarketStar about 8 months now, and it's been amazing. They're a fantastic company. I am so excited to be a part of this today. This is kind of near and dear to my heart. My mom was served on the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in the Ogden area all through high school and junior high, and I loved being a part of the things that she did. So thank you so much for having me here today. Give me just a moment here and I will introduce MarketStar to you.
While she's getting it pulled up, if you want to share in the chat where you're joining from or any questions that you have, I'll try to answer them through the chat or at the end when we have a Q&A.
All right, MarketStar. For those of you not familiar with MarketStar, we are located in the downtown Ogden area. We do have an office in Salt Lake City as well, and we do have remote positions pretty much everywhere. We have a lot of different employees in different countries, different states. But we primarily have a large presence here in the Ogden area. So MarketStar, we are an outsourced sales company. So these are some of our biggest clients that we work with here. I know sometimes people go onto our website and they get a bit confused when they see MarketStar, but they see all these different brands. So these are, like I said, some of our bigger ones. Brand recognition is huge in the sales world. So one cool thing about MarketStar is even though you're paid by MarketStar, your benefits come from here, you're technically an employee of the client that you work for. So being able to put Google or Reddit or Pinterest on your application or your resume it looks great in the sales world. So yeah, these are just a few of them. We have a lot more than just these ones, but some of our bigger ones. So MarketStar has, this is our purpose is to create growth with our employees here. We have some really awesome success stories, even from as far as our CEO that has started I believe he started in recruiting, or he started in a rep role or something, and now he's the CEO. But that story is a pretty common story here at MarketStar. I know one of our senior leadership in Pinterest, same way, he started as a rep and he is now like a global enablement manager. So creating growth for their employees is huge here at MarketStar, and that is one thing that I love about them. They are always willing to take a chance on their people here, and a lot of people people like to stay for that reason. We have also a lot of people who end up coming back to MarketStar at some point. They go test out the water somewhere else, and they find that the culture here, the everything that MarketStar stands for is something that they really love, and they come back to it at some point. And so growth is not only just for the employees, creating growth for our clients. We have had clients here that have been with us for years. We actually, so our Reddit team, they consisted of a team of 85, and we just received an approval to expand that team by 40 people, which is huge for us here at MarketStar. It just shows how great we're doing and how much we're helping that client grow. And with that, they allow us the opportunity to grow our teams here. So it creates more jobs in the community, which is great. I love that we're doing this fair here, because we are trying to get more of the community involved in what we do here in the Ogden area. We have a lot of in-office positions open right now, and being downtown, we're pretty close to just about everything. It's a great location. I love being downtown. You're close to restaurants, you're close to everything. They do a lot of fun team building activities in the area. So it's a really fun company to work for in that sense. MarketStar, these are our 6 core values. So this is another thing about MarketStar that is truly amazing. We have these 6 core values, and they're not just a poster on the wall or something you see once when you first get hired on. Like, this is something that is constantly being brought up every single day here at MarketStar, whether it's in recognition or even just bringing it up, like they call it living the 6, and being able to truly live the 6 is amazing. So we'll go into depth into each one of these, but yeah, they bring them up every single day. And I love that. I love that it's not just mentioned once and it's gone, but it's in our everyday life here at MarketStar. So our first one here is Masters of Our Craft. So MarketStar, so we offer sales as a service to our client. Like I said, we are an outsourced sales company, but we are the best at what we do. Where it says we literally invented the outsourced sales model. We're the best. That's why we have done so well here at MarketStar. So a couple of things about this. Devin can probably give you some more information about the tech sales pathway, but it's an amazing, amazing program. Can you touch a little more on that, Devin?
Yeah, so even though we're a global company, we're headquartered in Utah. The Governor's Office of Economic Opportunity for the state of Utah was kind of working on a way to help high school graduates be more prepared to enter the workforce. And so they wanted to create a tech sales pathway for high school students. And so they approached us and said, we realize you're the best at what you guys do. Any way you guys would be willing to help us pioneer this program. And so the sales leaders at MarketStar literally wrote the curriculum for this pathway. And so high school students are able to take sales courses and do an internship with MarketStar and be ready to work a full-time professional job as soon as they graduate high school. So it's kind of just proof that even the state of Utah recognize us as sales leaders in the industry.
Yes, and I actually just hired somebody the other day who had taken this program a couple years ago. They got a job out of the program, and then they came back to MarketStar because this is where eventually they wanted to end up. So I love seeing that on people's resumes. I love knowing that we're helping be a part of being able to mold where a high school student is going. Sometimes people are like, this is what I want to do with my life, and they already know where they want to be. We've met some really driven high school kids right out of high school, and it was an amazing experience I got to be a part of this year. Some learning resources at MarketStar. again, MarketStar is huge about growing their people, and it shows in everything that they're able to provide to us. Every single person here at MarketStar gets a LinkedIn learning setup. You can go in and take learning courses about pretty much anything. If you're on the sales floor and you want to get better at sales or learn more maybe about the logistics, or for me, there's a lot of recruiting LinkedIn learning things to make yourself better at your job. Ascend is a leadership program. If you've expressed to your managers that you want to be in leadership someday, they kind of help you game plan. Game plan is kind of how they help you do that. They write down your goals, where you want to be, what is the action you're going to take to get there. SC Evolution is for our sales engineers. All of these are provided by MarketStar and for everybody to use here. Take advantage of those kinds of opportunities. Leadership programs are huge. Being able to put that on your resume, or even when you applied for an internal position and they see that you're an Ascend graduate, that looks awesome. You're going above and beyond to further your own career. And education reimbursement, another huge one. We have a lot of students. We work pretty hand in hand with Weber State, and we do a lot up at the Weber State. We have a huge presence up there. So, and even if it's not Weber State, I mean, it can be anywhere for qualifying place, like what you're going into. But it's another huge one. It definitely helps alleviate some of that stress.
Yeah, I've been able to use the education reimbursement, and it's been awesome that MarketStar is paying for me to continue my education. And for me, it just shows that MarketStar doesn't just have a career ladder for people to climb, rather like a career portfolio, and they offer all these different options for you to advance your career. And it's really just up to you and what you want to do.
Yes. Yeah. And that's awesome. I mean, if anybody knows how expensive college is, any little bit helps. Career advancement. This is also something that I love. I tell people this all the time and sometimes career advancement, it doesn't just mean leadership. It means maybe moving within a different client, or where we're gaining new clients all the time. Maybe moving into a different program, or moving from a rep into maybe an account manager, whatever that might look like to you. Our leadership teams are great about putting together a game plan for you to move into where you want to be. And that's one thing that I do love. Or even a sales engineer, taking advantage of that program, whatever that might look like to you. They are all about it. And that is one thing that I can appreciate. And I think anybody who's looking for career advancement, they can also appreciate that as well. We care. This is probably one of my favorites. MarketStar, they are not just, I feel like they don't just tell people, oh yeah, we care about you. This is not just saying the words, but they actually show it in so many ways. And so these are some of our benefits here, all of our benefits here at MarketStar, aside from, the ones that we've kind of gone over, but these are huge benefits for people, everyday people. When I first started MarketStar, one of my favorite stories to talk about is in our first training class, we had one of our executives come in and ask every single person, why MarketStar and what are your plans for the future? And he listened to every person's response and responded to every single person because he was listening and paying attention. And to me, that meant so much. It felt like he really cared that we were there. So I do love that. But the benefits, we do offer medical, dental, vision. It's a pretty competitive rate that we get. MarketStar hasn't raised their rates in a few years as far as medical, dental, vision, and we pay a lot less than most. They have kind of assumed the cost so that we didn't have to. And again, just looking out for their people is really, really awesome. Mental health resources, we get free access to 6 therapy sessions and 6 coaching sessions. And these can be done virtually, they can be done in person. They really they're really huge about making sure your own cup is full, because if you are not feeling like you, then you're not going to be able to produce in your job quite as well. And they want to make sure that you're being your best self every single day. We have health savings accounts to go along with our medical plans. Work-life balance is huge here at MarketStar. They always stress putting your family first, making sure, once again, your cup is full. And with that, they offer a 4.5-week PTO plan, which is really nice. It's a pretty generous PTO plan. FMLA. And also this year, I really love they rolled out the paternity leave. This has become a thing. I've heard of a lot of companies who don't offer paternity leave, and even some who have a pretty low maternity leave. But 12 weeks paid maternity and paternity leave is awesome. I love that they're extending that out to fathers as well. Fathers are just as important in that. So paid holidays, 7 paid holidays. Another one of my very favorites, the dependent care reimbursement. MarketStar reimburses up to $5,000 a year, which is like adding $5,000 onto your annual salary for dependent care. So you submit a receipt and they reimburse you 50% a month of your childcare costs. So to cut down $1,000 daycare bill to $500 is huge and so helpful. It's one that my team takes advantage of quite often. A lot of us have children on the team, so that is an awesome benefit. Education reimbursement, as we had mentioned previously, up to $4,000 a year. Life and disability and 401k. Always have to look forward to the future, and the fact that they're willing to match up to 3%, even better. It's free money that they're giving to you. You put in, they put in. It's awesome. So did you have anything additional to add to that, Devin?
Just that I feel like we have a really competitive benefits package, but I'm especially grateful for the paternity leave. As my wife and I are getting ready to have our first kid, that's been a huge relief knowing that we'll be able to just be full-time parents for that first 3 months of our child's life. And my wife is even a nurse, which is like a pretty highly respected profession, and they normally have great benefits, but she doesn't get any paid leave. And so she's been a little bit griped, like, what the heck, how come you get 12 weeks and I don't get any?
Wow. Yeah. Especially you get a 12 weeks paid. That's so nice. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite new benefits. I'm not a father, but I think it's respectable that they are allowing fathers to have that time, because it is so important to be there for those first couple months. All right, awesome. Well, community. So we are very involved in our communities here at MarketStar. I actually just jumped off of a call for our upcoming events we have here. MarketStar Foundation, we do a lot about to help with our community and brings, whether that's service or whatever that might look like. So for this year's season of service, we are going down to the YCC. If you're not familiar with the Ogden area, the YCC is a domestic violence shelter, and they are always looking for volunteers to come help. And we are doing a lot of work down there for them to clearing out some things for them to build a new apartment buildings. They do a lot for victims in domestic violence in this area. They are the only one in the Weber-Morgan counties. They have been in business for 77 years, and during that time, it's a lot of volunteers. So they really look to the community for help. And I love that they're helping somebody like that. The other one that we're doing right now is for the CJC, the Children's Justice Center. When children are removed from abusive situations, they take them there, and we are donating stuffed animals and blankets, the things that help comfort these children who are in such a hard time right now. They kind of just need some comfort, need a little bit of love, and that's kind of our way of being able to help them. Pack the Pantry, I was not here for that. Can you tell them a little bit about that, Devin?
Yeah, Pack the Pantry is an ongoing initiative that the MarketStar Foundation is doing. Basically, they do an ongoing food drive with our employees and with the community. They have a fully stocked pantry for elementary aged students to, if they're going to be going home and they know that they're not going to have food to eat at home, they can always go to the pantry and get food to take home over the weekend. So it just really makes sure that young kids have enough food to eat in our community.
Yes, and there's so many ways to get involved in the MarketStar Foundation. Being an employee here, Danette, our leader in that MarketStar Foundation, she's always looking for volunteers that want to help out, that want to do a little bit more for their community, and I love that as well. I love being able to give back, and a company that has an entire foundation based just upon giving back to the community. So. Our next one here is You Belong. This is just a statement from our CEO, Keith Pettis, but I feel like this is one of the most inclusive places I've ever been, and diversity is huge here, and I love that we do so much outreach to try to include everybody. And if you've ever seen our building downtown, you'll notice the really awesome painting on the wall. I feel like that really signifies MarketStar in so many ways, but I mean, You Belong, I have literally got to be a part of that, being in talent acquisition, hiring people from everywhere, from different cultures, from different locations geographically, just in so many different ways. And it's welcomed here in so many ways. These are just some of the ways that MarketStar chooses to be inclusive, or is inclusive. We are a worldwide business. So when we talked about different countries that we're located in, we are in 60 plus countries. We do have an office now open in Dublin. And I love being a part of the Dublin office. We do have recruiters in Dublin as well. These are just some of the LGBTQ involvement we've done. Also just different, we have different groups here at MarketStar. So like on our internal sites, we have different groups that you are able to be a part of based on interests and things like that. So just everybody feeling like they're being a part of something more than just themselves here. Some of our employee benefits that also are super inclusive to MarketStar, the child care assistance. I know not everybody has children, but those of us that do and are working parents, we know just how much a daycare can cost. Even preschool, paid preschools, there's a lot of different things that are included in that assistance. Education reimbursement for students, we talked about how important that is, and also hiring racial minorities. We're up to 13%, and we hope to keep that number rising by being involved in the community, kind of holding job fairs like this. I love to be able to feel like we're a diverse environment. So did you have anything additional for that one, Devin?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay.
I think that we have a pretty diverse group here at MarketStar.
Perfect. Women in business. So the MarketStar Women in Business, MarketStar does a lot for women in business, and I love that they do a lot of outreach as far as that. We do a lot of partnering with Weber State and the Swazo Group to provide the funding training for the Latinx community. And these are huge. They do a lot of outreach with these. And then another one of my favorites is, and I think it might be on my next slide here. Oh, maybe it's not. We'll talk about it in a bit, but women in tech, moms in tech, there's so many different groups here as far as ones that you can be a part of and be a part of, like I said, be a part of something more to help out. And it's super important to help keep our employees diverse here. Leaders who amplify. Do you want to go over this slide, Devin?
Yeah, I can take care of this. So our CEO has a 92% approval rating on Glassdoor, which if you haven't gone and looked, like that's pretty much world class on Glassdoor to have that many people approve of a CEO. So it just shows that he really has the backing of his employee base. Another way in which MarketStar exemplifies the leaders who amplify value is every year MarketStar hosts a growth summit, where we invite different industry leaders to come and participate in different panels with our employees. So last year we heard from Molly Bice Jackson, Christo, and Seth Godin, which if you're unfamiliar with those names, they're definitely considered industry leaders. And it was cool to not just hear them speak to us, but it was like a Zoom meeting where all of the employees were on and we could ask them questions and pick their brains around certain things. And it was really a good experience.
Awesome. Creativity that impacts. This is a part of the communities I talked about being able to be involved in different things here. So these are on our Yammer communities. These are some of the ones that you can be a part of. Totally personal things that maybe you love. Dogs of MarketStar is a personal favorite of the talent acquisition team. We have a lot of big dog people on there. I think I'm a part of quite a few of these. Disney fans of MarketStar, we have some major Disney people here. But being able to be that creative and still kind of doing it through MarketStar, living the six. Can you tell them a little bit more about that one, Devin?
Yeah, there were some employees that wanted to start a podcast talking about different ways in which our employees live the six values at work and in their personal lives. And MarketStar said, that's a great idea. Go for it. We'll provide the funding and the equipment, and you guys can make the podcast for us. So it's just one example of a way in which MarketStar enabled employees to live their kind of creative dreams and exemplify the creativity that impacts value.
Awesome. All right. All in every day. This is one that we hear quite often. So being all in every day. So people who come to work and give 100% every single day because their cup is full, because they're feeling good about their position in their job and their companies. We have this Rockstar program. If anybody follows us on LinkedIn, they'll see our Rockstars announced every quarter. But so every 3 months, MarketStar recognizes 12 employees for their exemplifying behaviors. I personally love this one as well because it gives people a chance to be recognized for going above and beyond, doing more, and just being all in every day. And once again, it's another way for everybody here to live the six. Some of our awards here at MarketStar, we have been the top workplaces in Utah, and we just made the 2022 list as well. So that is exciting. I've had people bring that up to me quite often when I interview them here in talent acquisition, that they noticed that we were the top workplaces to work here in Utah. That speaks volumes. There's so many businesses here in Utah, and even more narrowed down in tech. On the Women's Tech Council, we've made the Shatter list 5 years in a row for women in tech. Once again, it goes back to the diversifying that we try to do here at MarketStar and just being involved in so many different things as far as diversity. All right. How can I apply? If you are interested in working here at MarketStar, please feel free to apply through our MarketStar careers page. You can apply through Fairstream as well. Also, if you'd like to connect with Devin and I on LinkedIn, we are always posting about open positions, or even if you wanted to chat and see if we can find something that might be a good fit for you, please feel free to get a hold of us. I would be more than happy to chat with you, or you can send me an email, whatever works best for you. But I would definitely say if you have a LinkedIn, grow that community on the LinkedIn site, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you.
Awesome. Thanks, Shay. If anyone has any questions, I don't know if we'll have time to get to all of the questions in the chat, but again, if you want to apply, go to our careers page to apply there, or through Fairstream, you can find our jobs listed there. Or if you have questions, or you're not sure if there's a job that you'd be a good fit for, you want to kind of talk it out, feel free to send an email or a LinkedIn message to either Shay or myself, and we'd be happy to help you out.
All right. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it. And thanks for that presentation. It's great to hear from you guys, and
Thank you.
loved hearing about your culture and all the amazing things that you guys do for the community. So like Devin said, if you want to connect with them, click the network button, or if you want to go ahead and apply, you can also apply or through the links that Devin sent in the comments. Thanks everybody for joining, and yeah, we look forward to hearing more from you next time.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thanks, Linda.